Hi guys, I'm Alondra.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And today we wanted to do a video for you guys on how to start the school year, whether you're in high school, going to community college, like university, just to kind of start those school years, study skills, and like little things that you can do that will help you just, like be proactive in your schoolwork and be able to study better, things like that. So these are just tips that along the years we've things that we've used or tactics that we've used, or that we've seen other people use, and that it has helped them improve in their schoolwork and just things in general. I have 4 years in college now, and then
I'm a senior right now, so I'll be graduating hopefully next spring. And these are just a few things that I've noticed personally, and I wish I had like a little sister that I wish I could tell myself back in the day, like to be more proactive and do these things to make sure that I was the best student that I could be as possible. Obviously getting good grades is really great, and if you're naturally smart, that's great, but that's not us. We have to study and we have to work hard, and I feel like these are just things that would help be just the most well-rounded student that you can be. So some of the things that I want to talk about is sitting in the front of the class. I have noticed that I'm always on my phone in school because I am bored. I am uninterested in the class. Most of the time, I already know I have to go home and study the material myself anyway, because the professor doesn't go as in depth as I wish they did. So even though I never miss class, which is something that you should focus on doing as well, I find myself that I wander, my mind wanders, and I find myself being bored. So I sit in the front of the class because I know the professor is really close to me, they'll be looking at me, and it would help me to not be on my phone as much.
Yeah, and like I kind of want to add to that as well. Like I feel like when you sit kind of like in the middle or in the back, like you start noticing whatever else is going on in the classroom, like if people are on their phone and somebody walked in late, like things like that.
People
like,
watching movies.
Yeah, true. Like on their laptops, like doing whatever. Like you're always on Instagram or like Snapchat or like Twitter, and it's always videos of somebody recording in the back of the class, like somebody else doing something. So like while that is funny and like it's just, but I feel like if you are paying for college, you know what I mean, and like you're already there. Like most classes are like an hour and 15 minutes. Some might be 3 hours long, depending obviously like on the schedule, whatever. But like if you're there, like might as well put in the work, because like when you're hearing things, it's not the same as you like reading it by yourself. Obviously like you have to do that, but like that's called reinforcing or reinforcement. It's not just like you hearing it or reading it for the first time. So it does help.
Something else that I want to talk about is visiting your professors. I think this totally works. You build a relationship with your professors from the beginning of the semester. I had a professor, I was struggling in one of the classes, and I started going to his office hours often, and he let me borrow the book that I couldn't afford because it was super expensive, and there's always that uncertainty that you won't end up using it even if you rent it or buy it or buy a use or whatever. So he let me borrow the book, and I feel like that was a game changer. And even now, that was a few semesters ago, and even now when I see him, he always says hi to me, and I know that if I needed some research opportunity, I could approach him and that he'd listen to me.
And it also, like you can use them as references for like letter of recommendations, like
for sure.
It is important to build that relationship.
Yeah. I actually had to switch universities, but I'm still friends with one of my professors at my old university, and actually I went today to see her because
it's been like years.
It's been like over a year since I left, and she was actually one of the people that helped me make the decision to transfer out to another university. She's just so great, and I totally recommend it. Another tip that I have is also reviewing the chapter before class and reviewing the chapter after class. So when you review the chapter before class, once you're in class, you are already more interested because you already know what they're talking about. It sounds familiar. It's not the first time that you're listening to it, and it's reinforcing, as she was saying.
And I also wanted to kind of touch on how like when you read before class, whatever you don't understand, it's easier for you to catch it like when the professor's talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So like
so
if
true.
something is kind of like odd or like you don't really know, like when she's talking about it or he, like you'd be like, okay, wow, like I do want to pay attention because I didn't get this previously on my own.
Yes, for sure.
So that does help.
Same thing after class. Going to the library or finding a spot where you feel comfortable, where you can be productive, where you can actually study and not be on social media or on your phone or with your friends or whatever that may be. For us, it could be the library or maybe my room.
I use Starbucks a lot. Like
Starbucks.
it's so cliche, but it's so helpful because like you're in the environment where like people are already doing their work.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna, you know, like just be sitting around and doing nothing. Like you're on your computer and like whatever, like inside your book, like you do things like that.
Then the last two things I want to talk about is making a study schedule, even if that's just 30 minutes a day, even if that's just an hour a day, wherever you feel comfortable, finding your safe spot. I think is so important because it kind of frees you from guilt and feeling like you haven't studied and done anything today.
Yeah.
And it's true, we're busy, most of us work and we go to school, most of us have families, some of us may have kids or, you know,
Yeah,
we're busy,
involved somewhere else in school
you're
or
involved,
something.
you're in a club, you're in a fraternity, you're in an organization, you're volunteer. So you have to make sure that you dedicate a certain amount of time per day where it's set every day when you know, okay, I will be home at this time, I will have time to study, I need to make this a priority. And then during that time, making sure you use YouTube as one of your resources. She can attest to that. I can attest to that. We both have classes where we don't understand anything. I had to take like 6 or 5 chemistries and I struggled and I had to just use YouTube, Khan Academy.
It also helps when you're listening, like if you don't understand a topic from the book or your professors, like when you're using it or listening from somebody else's perspective and like the different words that they're using, it does help you remember or like understand better. And so internet is like your most useful resource.
Yes, for sure.
Like, and while it is a distraction because like you might be on your phone, like when you're researching, like what helps is kind of like putting it on do not disturb or just kind of, you know, like taking off the sound just so like you really are focusing on the material. And it's just like, even like if for example like a lot of like the books or like things that have apps, so if you just like read at least like one section of the chapter, like a small section before you go to sleep, like there are studies where like before you go to sleep, like things stay in your head or like in your mind longer, like you're able to remember it better, and so, you know, like just like little, like it doesn't have to be this like crazy thing, but like anything that you do that's extra, it will help you.
Yes, for sure. These were just some of the tips that we can think of before the school starts. We hope you guys enjoyed and liked our video. If you have any questions, leave it down below, and thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.